Is your favorite athlete on this list? Let's find out. The world of sports is brutally competitive and dramatically cutthroat, so much so that some athletes resort to cheating to score easy wins. Keep watching all the way until number 1 for one of the most famous and audacious cheating athletes of all time. Before we get on with 10 athletes who were caught cheating, make sure you support us and subscribe to our channel on the bottom right. After that, hit the bell button below, and we are good to go. Number 10. Sammy Sosa. First up is the bold trick Sammy Sosa almost got away with. In 2003, the Cubs slugger was doing great until he hit an RBI groundout against the Rays, which shattered his bat. When the home plate umpire picked up a shard of wood, he noticed the giant and illegal cork that Sosa had strategically placed inside the wooden bat. As for defending himself, Sosa didn't have the best excuse. He claimed that he had accidentally picked up the illegal bat. He still ended up suspected for 8 games. Number 9. Mike Tyson. In one of the most famous Mike Tyson moments, he viciously lost his temper during a fight with Evander Holyfield. Holyfield was dominating Tyson in the first 2 rounds of the fight, and with less than a minute left in the second round, Holyfield managed to headbutt Tyson, which opened a gash over his right eye. Apparently, this is what caused Tyson to snap and, well, bite a part of Holyfield's ear off. Whether you consider this cheating or not, maybe there's no arguing that later he did cheat, in order to pass his drug tests. In 2020, he admitted to making his wife and kid take his drug tests instead of him. Number 8. Joe Niekro. Scuffing baseballs with sandpaper and an emery board is a sure way to have your career ruined, and that's exactly what Minnesota Twins pitcher Joe Niekro did. The fact that he tried to get rid of the evidence in front of the umpires makes this entire scandal even more interesting. In 1987, Niekro got caught by an umpire as he pulled an emery board out of his back pocket and tried to flick it out of sight. He was thrown out of the game, suspended for 10 games later, and then he retired the next year. Number 7. Ben Johnson. Cheating not once may be somewhat forgivable, but twice? Meet Ben Johnson, one of the most famous cheaters of all time, who cheated his way until winning the Olympics 100-meter title in athletics. When he easily raced to victory in the 1988 Olympic final in Seoul, taking almost half a second from the world record, he shocked the world. That shock turned to horror when it was revealed that he'd consumed stenozolol, a banned anabolic steroid. The medal went to the competitor, Carl Lewis. After passing his 2 years ban, he went back to his old tricks, until he tested positive again in 1993. Before we continue with someone who used a very creative tactic to win a horse race, please hit the like button to support us. Number 6. Sylvester Carmouche. If you thought this is a daring cheating attempt, then you'll be scandalized at our upcoming athletes. But right now, at number 6, we have Sylvester Carmouche. No, Carmucci didn't take steroids or give his horse steroids. In the Delta Downs racetrack in Louisiana, on one foggy day, Carmucci's horse carried him to victory by 24 lengths. But his fellow competitors came out and said that they'd never even seen Carmucci passing them during the race. Turns out, Carmucci used the fog to stop near the start, and then merrily jumped back in the race when he heard them coming around again. He was slapped with a 10-year ban. Number 5. Antonio Margarito. Over 11 rounds, Antonio Margarito brutally fought world champion Miguel Cotto. That was in 2008, but 7 months later, in another fight against Shane Mosley, Margarito was caught stuffing his hand wraps. Number 4. Fred Lorz. Why run to win a race when you can just be carried along in a car? At number 4, we have one name that may not be as famous as the others, but his cheating scandal is remarkably daring. In 1904, Lorz was an entrant in the 1904 Olympics in St. Louis, and he managed to win the gold medal, scoring a photograph with Alice Roosevelt. Later, it came out that he didn't actually run the 11 miles, but he was in a car all along. He was disqualified, and the win was given to Thomas Hicks. Number 3. Tom Brady. In a scandal that ended up with the cheater paying $1 million fine. Next up, we have Tom Brady. Whether or not most people think that Brady is one of the best players of all time, the 2014-2015 AFC Championship game controversy is a black stain on his record. When the Patriots were up against the Indianapolis Colts, Brady gained an unlawful advantage by demanding that the balls used be slightly deflated. After the Patriots won 45-7 and the truth came out, Brady was banned for 4 games. Number 2. Lance Armstrong. There's no cheating athletes list that's complete without Lance Armstrong. Honestly, the entire world felt betrayed by this cheating scandal. Before this, Armstrong was the golden boy of cycling, as he beat cancer and all the odds to impossibly win 7 Tour de France titles. However, in 2012, the USADA found out that all along, he had been using performance-enhancing drugs. He was promptly stripped of all 7 Tour de France wins and received a lifetime ban. If there was ever any doubt whether he cheated or not, he admitted his crime on Oprah. Number 1. Diego Maradona. We saved the boldest, most audacious, and the most daring cheating scandal ever pulled by an athlete, Diego Maradona and his Hand of God, for last. Maradona is considered to be one of the, if not the best soccer player in history. But during the quarterfinal match of the 1986 World Cup between Argentina and England, and in the second half of a scoreless game, Maradona saved the day by dancing in behind the England defense, leaping over the goalkeeping, and punching the ball into the net using his left hand. No one saw the handball. The match was won, and a few weeks later, Maradona won the World Cup. That goal became infamously known as the Hand of God goal. That was all for today, guys. Have you ever cheated or played against someone who was cheating? Please let us know in the comments. We hope you enjoyed our video and want to thank you for watching. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to our channel.